afternoon. This is we will start our paper sessions. We start our first paper with engineer Yasser Ghanim. The title is Setting a Research Framework for Digital Transformation Role in Enhancing Successful Entrepreneurship in Egypt. Yasser Ghanim is digital transformation expert in SECC, which is part of ITIDA, and also is a CMI lead appraiser. And I am pleased to be my colleague. So good luck, Yasser, and you have the mic now.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm happy to be with you today. This paper actually is part of an academic study about digital transformation role in entrepreneurship, and it's focusing on Egypt. And this paper is one of the requirements for passing the degree or achieving the degree. Okay, my name is Yasser Ghanim. I'm a software engineer. I'm CMI lead appraiser, consultant, assessor, different things all related to software engineering and IT. So I'm not going to waste time on this. The chairman keeps telling me that we have 12 minutes only, so let's start. The first thing, when we talk about enterprises, we need to understand the concept of enterprise layers, or what we call it architecture domains. This is part of the TOGAF framework, that business is always built on top of several layers that include data, applications, and technology. So these are the enablers of the business, and you need to engineer all of them together when you set your business model and business products and services. So digital transformation here is how you move from a past situation to a future situation across all these domains while keeping the business vision and the business drive. Technologies plays a key role in digital transformation. We have what we call it disruptive technologies. This is a study by McKinsey that presents the most or the technologies that have the biggest impact on the international economy until 2025. You can see that most of these technologies are digital technologies. You have mobile internet, you have artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, advanced robotics, 3D printing, and you have other technologies also like genomics, energy storage, horizontal drilling, but around 60–70% of these technologies are digital and IT related. Here you can see the impact on the global economy in trillions of dollars. So obviously the biggest impact is between mobile internet, artificial intelligence and automation of knowledge work, Internet of Things. These are the top technologies. So digital technologies are obviously the biggest impact on the global economy and are shaping our future and our business. We have different definitions for digital transformation. Some of the most popular definitions in the literature: digital transformation is the integration of digital technologies into business processes, or digital transformation involves using digital technologies to change a company's business model in a way that provides new revenue and new value creation options, while digital business models also allow for scalability and rapid cross-border expansion. So they are all related to the role of digital technologies in building innovative business models and new kinds of services and products. Okay? So this leads us to the concept of digital innovation. Digital innovation is the use of innovative IT solutions that integrate emerging digital technologies to support digitalization of otherwise non-technical businesses. And this applies to all kinds of businesses: banking, healthcare, education, manufacturing, retail, transportation, to name a few. So now all these businesses are being able to create new business models and new kinds of services that were not being possible before, thanks to the abilities that we have from the digital technologies. Here we can see the concept of Industry 4. We had 4 industrial revolutions in modern history. The first revolution was the steam revolution in the 18th century, and then we had the electricity revolutions in the 19th century, and then the computing revolution in the 20th century. And the computing revolution is actually not the last revolution. Now we have a new revolution in the 21st century, which is Industry 4, which is characterized mainly by connectedness and disruptive technologies and all the kind of digital technologies we saw earlier in the slides. Here, this is a study that shows how COVID-19 actually accelerated the adoption of digital technologies and disruptive technologies and participated and the adoption of digital transformation. Digital transformation has been a trend for the past decade, but the last 2-3 years, which were the COVID period, they had witnessed more acceleration of digital transformation. And this happened across all kinds of business domains: energy, healthcare, construction, retail, manufacturing, and so on. This was a survey that surveyed the professionals in each of these industries. Egypt has a vision for digital transformation, which is Egypt 2030 vision. We have a strong focus, government focus on digital transformation. The Ministry of Communication has also the 2030 strategy, which aligns with the 2030 vision. We have Digital Egypt platform, which is the main e-services platform for the Egyptian government that includes all kinds of electronic services from the government. We also have some specialized strategies. We have Egypt National Artificial Intelligence Strategy, which was released in July last year. And we have the National Cybersecurity Strategy in December 2018. So it seems or it appears that we have a strong focus by the Egyptian government on digital transformation. Here, this is the AI strategy, artificial intelligence. You can see the predictions for how artificial intelligence shall contribute to the GDP by 2030. So here in Egypt, we expect up to 10% contribution by artificial intelligence-enabled products and services in the Egyptian GDP. In a country like China, it's above 25%. So artificial intelligence is one of the key disruptive technologies. Now we go to entrepreneurship, and Egypt also is witnessing increasing popularity of entrepreneurial startups. 73% of the Egyptians think entrepreneurship is a good career choice, and now the youth are shifting from the traditional jobs and being employed by organizations to starting their own startups based on technology. Technology is opening new opportunities for the youth now to establish their own businesses and their own innovative ideas. 46% of Egypt's adult population is actually able to recognize good market opportunities for new business. This is part of a global report called the Global Entrepreneurship Index by the GEDI. Egypt also has a good rating on this index across the past 5 years. Now we had to do, in this study, we had to do a literature review and explore the role of digital transformation in startups in different parts of the world. So we covered areas like Malaysia, like United Arab Emirates, like the United States, Canada, not sure what is Sweden, and then the last one is Indonesia. So these are some of the countries that were explored in this study. Now we go to the research problem, and what we need to study here is the level of impact of innovative digital capabilities using digital technologies on the performance of the Egyptian startups in terms of growth and financial performance. So the companies that are adopting digital capabilities are able to achieve better financial performance. That's the hypothesis of this study. And that's what we need to explore. This study has a big practical importance because the Egyptian entrepreneurs need to keep with the current wave of digital transformation, the strong government direction, of course, as we shown earlier, the increasing awareness of the society with digital products in trade, education, transportation. Almost everybody in the society now is exposed to digital services and digital technologies. We see this in transportation. Very quick. And COVID, of course, had added a lot of momentum. These are the research variables. We have 2 main variables: digital orientation, digital capability, and we need to study how this impacts growth rate, profitability, capital attraction, and gross margin. We did some initial surveys already and a pilot study on this, and there is a survey that covers different questions for each variable. Okay. And here are some of the initial results. These are the top domains that are adopting digital technologies. You can see e-commerce, finance and fintech, logistics and supply chain, transportation, education. Those are the top 5 as per the initial results. And here you can see some demographics for the companies that participated in the study. 39%. Actually, this is a more recent version of the previous chart. So here you can see up to 40% are coming from education, and then the next one is the logistics and supply chain. These are the most popular technologies in the Egyptian entrepreneurship: cloud services, artificial intelligence, robotics, process automation, intelligent apps, IoT. All down the list are a big list of technologies, but the top ones are cloud services and artificial intelligence. Okay. Here there are also some initial results that shows the respondents' perception of the role of digital transformation. The focus, strategic focus on DX, 52%, DX in products from neutral to strongly agreed is almost 75%. Here you can see satisfied more than 50%, actually with very satisfied more than 75%. And sales growth, we have the top three more than 75%. So there is a strong positive perception of the professionals in the entrepreneurial market about the role of digital transformation. The conclusion, this is the last slide, that international research supports positive correlation between DX and entrepreneurial performance. It's still unknown exactly in Egypt because the study is still in the middle. We haven't finished the data collection and data analysis yet. In a dynamic world, there might be more parameters besides digital transformation. So digital transformation is not the only parameter that's going to affect entrepreneurial performance. And it's important to understand the similarities and differences between the Egyptian market compared to the international market. Thank you very much. And I invite you to participate with us in the study. So this is the link of the survey. So please, if you have 2 minutes to fill this survey, we appreciate your participation. Thank you very much.
Which are, let's say, the main directions now, do you think, for the Egyptian economy from the point of view of the IT? So there are some tendency at this moment, or technology, yeah, yes.
Okay, as per the study, artificial intelligence is the top 10. Cloud services also has a big share.
So the tendency will continue?
Yes, we believe so. The
Yeah.
study is still in the middle. This is the framework for research, but the initial or the pilot results show positive correlation. So we have one thing.
Okay, thank you.
First, I'd like to thank you so much for the presentation. I know it was time pressure for you. you are doing great. It's good. So, the second thing I want to ask about, the first thing that I want to ask about it is, are the researches are published somewhere in online or something? Can we access them, or it's
Yes,
some?
the first paper is going to be published after this conference in the ACN, the Association of Computer Science
Yeah.
Journal. So the paper will be published, and then, inshallah, after we finish the complete cases, the cases will be published.
Okay. Second thing is about the research results. Are they based on companies that are in the field, like for example logistics and so on, and they are doing digital transformation, or something like startups who are for example, I don't like to mention some exact entities, but let's take an example of Milers, for example. Milers are actually started from the scratch as a technology company, and they are a logistic company. So I'm interested in the field of logistics mainly. So is it are the research conclusions based on both? Both sides. The old companies that are doing digital transformation and the new startups, or just one of them?
We are focusing on startups established within the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So we want the companies that were established in the DX sphere or the realm of digital. So has to be established within 10 years.
Okay, one last question. I'm sorry. Is there any kind of directions that you can guide us through? For example, for people are doing digital transformation, for any field of those. For example, as I told you, I'm interested especially in the logistics and supply chain. So I have 2 clients are doing that. So are there special instructions or guidance that can?
Actually, that's one